Hello class, so today we are going to be talking about how to properly analyze poetry. This is going to be a very important skill for you to have moving forward as we're going to be reading a lot of poetry in my class. First, you'll want to consider the setting. You may have to research this, but this will give you a lot of context on the reading, like what they're talking about and the culture at the time the poem was written. This will give you insight on how people felt about the poem when it was being published. Whenever you're reading a poem, you'll also want to consider the author's tone. Are they optimistic and hopeful, gloomy, or melancholy? This should be fairly easy to get when you're reading. Just consider what emotions the author is trying to convey to you. Theme is synonymous with the subject of the poem. So what is the author talking about? Are they writing about historical events or personal experiences? Can you relate to the theme, and how does it make you feel? When you're reading the poem, you'll also want to take into consideration what kind of words the author is using. Are they short and concise words, or are they using very big descriptive words? Think about the language. You'll also want to be looking at if the author is using any kind of rhyme scheme. What is the rhyme scheme, and how does it affect how you interpret the poem? One of the last things you will want to be making sure to take into consideration is if they're using any poetic devices. We all should have learned this in elementary or middle school. This is going to be alliteration, hyperbole, imagery, simile, metaphors. What can you identify as a poetic device in the poem that you're reading about?